Hey YouTube, this is Eric back again today doing a review on Fansproject's Munitioner and Explorer, and it's the upgrade set, the Crossfire 2 upgrade set. They have them listed as Munitioner and Explorer, but from here on out I'm basically going to be calling them Swindle and Blastoff respectively. Swindle, Blastoff. As you can see, let me get Swindle out of the way. This is the kind of the base mode that you could take for Onslaught. With a bunch of the other powered up pieces, upgrade pieces, and it kind of makes like a launching bay for Blastoff. Looks pretty good. I mean, it's an homage to the old school Onslaught, which could form a base. Didn't really look like this, but you know, kind of close. The thing I like about this set is that all the pieces do something. You know, you're not gonna have pieces laying around. Obviously, for this mode, these two pieces are going to kind of be laying around, but you could stick them in holes on the feet and, you know, they fit right there. It's an okay mode. Basically, this crotch piece just kind of hangs out right here and he leans up against the barrels. Nothing really to secure it. It sticks on Blastoff's feet, but, you know, aside from that, there's really not much to it. You can kind of open these up to get the missiles coming out, you know. I mean, it's okay. It's a base mode. I mean, you know, what can you expect? Gonna be try and make this 3 reviews. I'm gonna try and knock both of these guys out at the same time. I'm gonna do him first because he's a little bit more finicky to transform. Obviously, this is Blastoff. He's not really a space shuttle anymore. He's kind of an unmanned spacecraft, which is why he doesn't have any landing gears, I guess, and why there's no window. As for size comparison, he is pretty longer or just about as long as your average deluxe size toy, even though he transforms into something much closer to a Scout. Very, very good mode, a lot of detail. A lot of colors. It looks really good. I mean, I really don't have any complaints. Kind of do wish that he had landing gear, but what can you do? As far as transforming him, what you want to do first is fold those up. Take these little pieces right here, and they kind of rotate up. Also, now this is the part I don't really care too much for. What you want to do, maybe I shouldn't put that up first. You're gonna split his legs, and you gotta kind of take this out, wiggle these little pieces out right here, and it's hard at first. When I first got it was harder, and they connect to a little thing right there. It was hard to get these things out when I first got the piece, and you know, the plastic isn't that great. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not Hasbro quality. You just put that right there. So you're kind of nervous about pulling so hard. You kind of need some force with it. I fold those back up. Click his feet in place. I was also confused about that at first, too. His feet do click in place. Now you're going to take the top of the space shuttle, and you got to unclip his hands from it, and just fold that back. That's another part I don't really like too much because it does take a little bit of force to get it out. Swivel these around and you have one hand. Do the same thing right here. If I could get it unconnected. Swivel around and then there you go. Last thing that you want to do, straighten those up. Get his little head out. And there you go. And he is basically Scout sized. He does a good job of standing up, just for some reason he's not doing it right now on camera. Oh, I see why, his foot. Yeah, you gotta take this piece and fold it back. Alright, so now he'll do a better job of standing up. About Scout size, you know. He's a pretty big sized aircraft, but his robot isn't that big. Actually, it's a little smaller than Huffer. Didn't really notice that. His weapon can be either an axe, or you can fold it up and it turns into a sword. So Yeah, good figure. He has, you know, standard range of posability. Heads on a ball joint. You know, he can get into some pretty decent poses like that. But you know, I'm just fiddling around with him. I mean, he does look good. He does look really good. So I'll get him out the way, and then we'll come back to Swindle, which I really do like this Jeep mode. Does a good job with the Jeep mode, and the transformation itself, and rolls along really well. The transformation isn't as straightforward as you might think it'll be. There are some nice little twists and turns that I really do like. First thing about his transformation, you gotta pull the front part of his grill up and kind of get that loosened out. Now, you would think his feet would start right here, but they don't. They actually start back around this area. So just kind of loosen it up, and you get the standard flip around type transformation like that. Now this is good because actually he kind of does have ankle joints right here, which kind of move and, you know, swivel and all that good stuff. Alright, this back piece, take this off. This back piece kind of just hangs back there for right now. Now what you want to do, you gotta pull his arms out at the side right here, loosen them up, push his back piece in, make it a little bit more compact, and similar to Swindle, his head stores in there. And I really do like his face sculpt, very Swindle-like. And Swindle is definitely one of my favorite characters. Grimlock and Starscream aside, you know, Swindle is definitely up there. I don't know why. Probably because I'm a big Bruticus fan. Now, I do have some issues with him standing. He is really back heavy because of this. You can get good poses, but he kind of has to lean forward like that. You know, he kind of has to lean forward and look up. Yeah, he's kind of back heavy just because of that back part. You get some good weapons in him. He'll stand up. His little cannon sits right there, so he can get good poses, but he really is back heavy. Not much you can do about that because you know, I don't know what else they could have done with this. I don't know, but he'll topple over if give him a good nudge. As far as his size goes, here he is with Huffer, and he too is smaller than Huffer. He's a little smaller than Huffer, and Huffer is not standing that well for me right now. Here we go. Yeah, so he's a little bit smaller than Huffer. Power cord combiner, and here he is back with Blastoff. So they do display well together, especially with the other Combaticons. You know, if you're getting them for the individual robot modes, you can't go wrong. I mean, they are good figures in and of themselves. They're good figures. Highly recommended. You know, the Bruticus mode is definitely the reason to get these guys. But if for some reason you want to get them just for these two figures, you know, knock yourself out and just expect this to happen a lot. So that's about it for this part of the review. Next review, I'm going to go over the other bots, Vortex and Brawl and Onslaught, and how the attachments connect to them and how they look in robot mode. So stay tuned for part 2. Alright, you guys. Peace.